Hi, this is Denyce Gartrell, your global relationship strategist, and I wanted to take a moment to address a letter that I received a couple of weeks ago. The letter came from a female in her mid-40s, and her concern was allowing men or letting men know what it is that actually satisfies a woman. What do women want? Apparently, when there is a breakdown of communication in a relationship, expressing your needs can sometimes be very challenging. It can be very difficult because sometimes the way you express those needs is going to determine whether or not the man responds to you in a way that you would like him to. So I actually teach on how to talk so that your husband will listen. There's a technique to that. And secondly, I also teach that the difference between the male and the female brain. And that is essential to know because we don't communicate in the same way. Now, we both have been taught that communication is essential for the success of a marriage and for emotional intimacy. However, what we haven't been taught is how to, the keys how to communicate effectively. So, therefore, I'm going to say this in a way that is not defensive. It doesn't have any defense mechanisms in it. So therefore, if you want to pass this information on so that men can get a better understanding of what women want, then by all means, that's what this show is all about. So let me just say the first thing that's important for women is to feel that they are loved. Now, I say feel that they are loved. You know, men are more intellectualizers. They are more rational thinkers, compartmental thinkers, if you will. So, for a man, men have been taught for many, many years that being a provider and a protector of the family is their primary role. And men may feel that going out, or may think, being the intellectualizers that they are, men may think that going out, working hard, bringing home their paycheck, taking care of the household expenses, the wife, the family, is their major role. And one thing that I say to gentlemen or to men is that in today's world, today's society, it is important for men to broaden the definition of what it really means to be a man. And what I mean by that is, of course, it's important to be the provider, but to broaden that definition so that you are also being a teacher, a leader, as well as a protector. That's critical. Your wife many times cries out to you, and a woman will come to a man over and over and over again expressing what her needs are. Sometimes she may not say it in a way that is acceptable to you, or you know, a lot of times men think that when a woman is communicating anyway, that they feel attacked. They feel that, you know, they're being given a test, and they're going to fail anyway. You know, I talked about on one of the television interview that I gave about the difference between a woman or the female and the male brain, and there is this bundle of nerves in the middle of the brain that is called the corpus callosum. And that bundle of nerves, that area of the brain is right in the center. It's larger in women than it is in men's brains. It allows us to communicate, for brain activity to communicate from the left to the right, and travel. So women have, without getting a lot really technical on that, women have an advantage when it comes to communicating. We have no problems communicating. Plus, we have been taught how to be more communicative and more expressive. We're expressors. That also with the fact that women generally have a larger emotional brain, or limbic system as it's called, than men as well. So yes, we are more in touch and more in tune with our emotions. For men, emotions are confusing. So therefore, I kind of stand in the gap between the way that men and women communicate, and give women the knowledge that they need in order to be better communicators to their husbands, and again, to speak in a way that he'll listen, and also to give men more information so that they don't feel so defensive when it comes to communication, and they don't feel that communication is a weakness, but it's rather a way to strengthen their relationship with their spouse and to improve it, enhance it, to make it better. So, what do women want? We want our men to communicate with us. We want to build more emotional intimacy in our relationships. Women always say all the time to me, I want my husband to listen. But again, we've got to be that woman who knows how to speak to him. I'll give a quick example about that. I tell women in my sessions all the time that the proper time to communicate is important. When a man is coming in from work, for an example, and he's tired, he's had a hard day of work, that's probably not the best time to want to sit down and say, well, honey, I want to sit down and talk about the bills, or whatever the issue is. Allow him that moment to come into his castle, to relieve himself of all the stress of the day, and to be able to just relax. Giving him that time can be critical to how he will respond to holding a conversation later on. A man doesn't want to go to work all day and then come home and feel like he's on a second job, okay? So ladies, if you want to say something or have a conversation with your husband about something that's very important, just let him know. Honey, X, Y, and Z happened today. I would like for us to, for you to let me know your thoughts about it. And when you have a moment to relax, just let me know when you're ready. What that does, it takes the pressure off of him. And then when you say that, go about your merry way. Go about your merry way. It gives him an opportunity to now come to you and not feel that he's being attacked or pressured to talk about an issue. Let him know you want to get his insight. You need his insight on a particular issue. Not I want to talk to you about, but honey, A, B, and C happened, and I would love to get your insight and let me know what your thoughts are about it. But let me know when you're ready to talk about it. Go ahead and relax. Do whatever it is you need to do to relax after a hard day's work, and let me know when you're ready to talk about it. Also, another key, men are action oriented. So men probably won't sit down and just talk to you face to face and hold eye contact and all of that. Again, I'm going to talk a little bit more about communication later on. But the first thing I want to say is that what women need is husbands who will listen. But again, ladies, it is a dual responsibility. You also want to be that woman where you can make him feel or help him to feel relaxed, or say things in a way that he will listen. Men don't like for women to tell them what to do. So being able to talk to him in a way that he feels, again, away from the pressure and suggest to him, honey, I would love to have your insight, or baby, I need your feedback about this. That makes him feel wanted, it makes him feel needed, and you get to talk to your husband. It's a win-win situation. So, I will talk a little bit more about what a woman needs. This is part 1. And the first thing we need is a husband that listens, that will communicate, and we also want to make sure that we are presenting ourselves to him in a way that he feels very comfortable, doesn't feel pressured, and he actually feels like, you know what, the talk was his idea. This is Global Relationship Strategist Coach Denyce Gartrell. Stay tuned for part 2 of What a Woman Needs.